With Lent being right around the corner, I must say I find it pretty disappointing that a lot of Christians approach Lent with this, oh, I just got to give something up mentality. Like, oh, I'm just going to give up coffee, or oh, I'm going to just give up alcohol, or cut back on video games, whatever it is. But if you're just giving something up for 40 days to give it up, then you're not really understanding what Lent is about. Lent is all about recentering Christ in our lives. You see, humans have a tendency to pursue worldly goods and to gratify their bodies, often at the expense of their souls. And so the whole reason for the Lenten season is to focus on our souls, to nourish our souls, to avail ourselves to God's graces. Because the state of your soul is what ultimately matters at the end of the day. This is why Jesus says, what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world, yet forfeits his soul? Because the Christian life isn't this emotional high where you're on fire for God permanently 24/7 for the rest of your life. There's going to come moments where you're going to lose focus of what's most important. You're going to drift off. You're going to experience moments of complacency, of spiritual laziness. You're going to have these moments where you struggle with sin. And so these days leading up to Lent are a perfect opportunity for us to examine our spiritual lives, to examine our conscience, to help me identify what it is that acts as an obstacle between me and my God, to help me identify what are my spiritual weaknesses, to help me identify what is it that hinders me from loving those around me as God calls me to love them. And then when you lay out these lists of faults that we all have, then you can better prepare to have an effective, grace-filled 40 days of Lent. And then you can truly recenter Christ in your life. And so during these 40 days, we should be aiming to instill in us godly habits. Whatever our spiritual flaws are, learn to counter them with virtuous acts. We also spend a lot of time wasting time on our phones, playing video games, whatever. Cut back on that time and set aside time for prayer, for meditation, for one-on-one with God. Really powerful moves are going to adoration once a week for an hour. Oh man, rosary, learn to pray the rosary, that is super powerful. And of course, going to daily mass is, I think, one of the greatest things you could do. Also, help contribute to the poor. Participate at homeless shelters. These are all things that will help you in your walk with God. But the number one thing I definitely recommend is getting to know Christ by reading the Gospels. It takes like 5 minutes to read a chapter. And he'll change your life. He'll change your life. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful Lent. And God bless.